Okay, so um I decided this is gonna be my second and final video about my experience at Loudon. Because I figured if I make a bunch of videos talking about my experience, I might look mad and I'm not mad. So um this is gonna be an informative video to warn the other potential drivers. Basically, don't go there. It'll be a waste of time, a waste of energy, but you will get paid. But just they pay low. So that's another thing. I'm gonna let people know in this video other companies that I was able to find when I left there on a Monday. Basically Friday. I took that Friday that I was there in the office to well, not in the office, at the hotel, because they force you to stay there on the weekends during the training for like 7 days a week. And Saturday and Sunday before I left, I used that time to fill out like 20 applications. Cause before I came to Loudon, I didn't fill out a lot of applications. Like I it was the training program that basically drew me, as well as my recruiter being a good recruiter. But basically, it was the training program that basically hooked me in, because it seemed in depth or whatever. But again, the companies that I did find that are good companies and have in-depth trainings that can go anywhere from like half the time as Purdy but pay like more was ATS. um they pay you more to train and they pay you more on the road. Also Boy Brothers, they pay you more to train, they pay you more on the road. A lot of different companies actually found out that they weren't high paying at all. That's another reason why I believe they have a $5,000 sign on bonus right now. They having issues retaining people, and they having issues getting and keeping people, and they are low paying, so they using that as a thing to draw you in. But yes, the training was horrible. Anybody looking for a company that they can go to and they can grow in, they can learn in, and that they can be treated fairly, it's not that at all. The guy who does the training, he's a real bad dip sucker. He sucked on dip the entire 7 days. He couldn't take the dip out of his mouth. He just was sucking and sucking. He was just irate, stressed out, irritable, angry type of person. Just a typical dip sucker, you know what I'm saying? So, um, but if you don't mind dealing with people like that, if you don't mind getting a little pay cut, if you don't mind, someone telling you, um, basically giving you misinformation, basically, they'll tell you before you come in, well, I was told, oh, I don't want to rehash that because I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but, um, I was basically, I felt like I was made to believe, if I left during the 4 weeks, it was at my discretion and at my own expense. And, basically, um, I wouldn't be rewarded for it, especially if I wasn't back in time, But when I got there, I was told, basically, people was watching me at the hotel, and, they make you download apps so they can track you. And basically, if you leave, you will be immediately terminated. And I just asked the question as to why wasn't that told before, but it didn't make me feel like I wanted to leave or I wanted to quit or I couldn't be there. You know what I'm saying? I just was wondering like that. If that was the case, why wasn't that explained? Basically, the dip sucker, his name is Alan. He went off and said I was trying to abuse a program and I had problems and all type of stuff, and basically like kind of like verbally attacked me, and he got upset because he was having unprofessional behavior, and I would talk to someone else about it and he would get irate. Of course, that's what they do. But yeah, even the bigger boss, when I walked out of training, the bigger boss, as we were trying to talk about the disconnect and talk about, what was going on, I looked over at him, and as I was talking, he was doing his eyes like this, blah blah blah, blah. Like, mind you, this is 60-year-old man, and he's acting a 5-year-old, and then you have another one right here sitting like saying, I know you are, but what am I? You're mad. You did this. Like, just so it was like a great relief to not work there. So I'm like warning people not to make the same mistakes. But it wasn't a horrible experience because I got paid. Like, they get you a rental car. I in my particular situation, I picked it up on Friday, drove it there, got there Monday, and they had an issue with that. That I got there Monday at 8, and he brought up the fact that I was late once, but everybody was late in that class that week at least once. You know what I'm saying? Mine was just on the first day because I drove from home around like midnight to get there by like 8 a.m. in order to start. So, but I was there at 8 a.m. But it was like everything was an issue, and he just used a lot of false information, mainly the fact that I was mad, which it was no reason for me to be mad. So many perks came with this situation that I basically didn't lose nothing. I could have gained more by going to another company because I would have got higher paid. I would have been working, um, and I would have never even made the wrong turn to go there where drivers are complaining and everything like that. But I mean, to get a free rental car for what, like 6 days, to get all meals included for like what, 7 days, 8 days, whatever, to get a flight home, like $500 value, you know what I'm saying? To get all this stuff, like I was I was never mad. I wasn't mad before I got there. I wasn't mad while I was there. I definitely wasn't mad while I left, because when I left, it was like, yeah, it sucked, but I was even compensated for the time I was there, which wasn't much. So I'm warning people, like, don't make the mistake to go there, especially if you don't like being micromanaged by someone that's clearly incompetent and clearly irritable and around people who just don't really care too much. You know, you have that one person that, has that seniority of they've been somewhere for what, 25 years, which I respected. I never tried to intend to really like get him fired or something. He's been here for 25 years. He trains the people coming in. I know he's more valuable than me because I'm just coming in. You can always get somebody else to come in, which it seems like they're having a hard time doing. But you're going to keep him because he's going to train them. So it was very much, he gave like a boot camp or kind of like a, um, a micromanaging type of thing. And it's just like, these people are old school. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure things were different when he was young. But, I would say it's a total loss. Talked to a lot of drivers. They weren't happy. They were leaving. They said the money is not the same. They're not a big reputable company. They're under PNS, which is good. Um, I made sure when I reapplied for jobs, I didn't apply to any PNS jobs, which they don't, it wasn't even many of them. So that wasn't too bad. But yeah, I would say don't go. If you're looking for flatbed, ATS, Boyd, um, a bunch of other companies. This is definitely top. This is definitely bottom of the list type of situation. And do better. Just do better. You know. I'm only slightly disappointed because I wanted to train for 4 weeks in order to learn a new skill. So I purposely put myself in that position to do that. And I didn't have a backup plan because I didn't figure like anything could go wrong because I wanted to be there and I wanted to learn. So when the reason I was, when I decided to part ways, the the reason was you're not committed. So who would purposely go to a 4 week training program that's paying less and be there, but people have to twist the narrative in order to protect their job and protect the decisions that they're making and everything like that. So they have a lot of that stuff like that underhanded stuff going on where basically I took it as people being ignorant. And if you don't want to deal with that and you just want to go to work and you just want to work hard and you just want to work for somebody who respects you and respects your work and somewhere you can stay so you don't have to, swap a job, I would say don't go there unless you don't mind being drilled. It's like it gave more basic training, drilling, and like more negative than anything else. You know what I'm saying? I didn't at all get into what the company was about and what the job was about, but it was more so what this particular person was about and how he felt, and that just rubbed me the wrong way. So it was a blessing to just go there, get flat out all the way home. And again, like I said, and on a Friday because I'd spent the whole weekend filling out job applications. So by Monday, I had multiple new jobs. And that's what I'm saying. Make sure you have your backup plan. Make sure just don't make that mistake like I did and just pick another company because it's a lot of power tripping and a lot of whatever going on over there. And just mainly with him. I'm not gonna try to bash nobody, not even him. I don't even feel like he's a bad person. I just feel like he was an ignorant dip sucker. And that's all he was. And he's old. And he's just insensitive and insecure and angry. But I appreciated the experience. It was all paid. Like I never even been in a relationship with somebody who put me on a flight and put me in a hotel for a week and fed me so it was never bad, never angry. So I mean, if you want to, if I feel like that, if this guy wants to cost his company $3, $4, $5,000, and waste people's time, I won't be upset, as long as my check come on time. But I just want people to make the decision to not go there. And I was gonna make a bunch of videos and like not wear a mask and stuff like that, but I'm like, I definitely would never want to connect my face to this company. Even when I was there and I was training and they were doing videos, I was like, no, don't put me in no videos or whatever. They wasn't trying to, but I just was letting it be known that don't even think about it. But yeah, I would never want to be connected to them. Even though I am and they know who I am. All of this just happened recently, a few days ago, so they know who I am. But I would never want to be connected to them. And I think I'm going to stop making videos because this was just something that happened that is now behind me and was easy to deal with. I just wish that I went into it not taking it so seriously, not thinking like, long as you're here to do what's right and do your best and everything's going to be all right. Like that showed me don't go into too many situations being so trusting and being so positive and all of that. Always have a backup plan, and we're like just use the signs. Like all of the signs was there that this wasn't a good company. They're not a big company, and it was mainly just this guy. He was a bully. His name was Alan. He was a bully, and he was just not delightful at all. But he was mainly a bully. But I just made a mistake. But I mean, it came with a free plane ticket home, and it came with $800 a week. Um, it came with all food included, all hotel included. So again, never was mad, but it's just like I could have saved time and made more money by going anywhere else. Trust me, go anywhere but Loudon, anywhere. I really, I really think PTS or P was it PTS or ATS? ATS. I think it's Anderson. ATS was the best choice, and Boyd was the best choice, better than Purdy and Loudon. So this is just for other drivers. Don't go there unless you want to waste somebody's time or you want somebody to waste your time. If you don't have nothing better to do, you don't have nowhere better to go, and you out of options. Because the one thing I noticed too, they'll hire anybody almost. So the person sitting next to me in orientation, James Pruitt, he talked about how he does meth. He has no teeth. You know, and Alan's sucking dip while teaching the class. So it's like anything and anybody goes over there. It's not top notch at all. It's not. It's not really nothing over there. So choose better. Choose better. Please choose better. And even if you choose them, have a backup plan. Don't take them serious at all. That's all. And then now I can stop making videos because again, I've been so busy with, like, now I'm actually sifting through job applications and job offers and all of this. Now I'm sifting through because it's reminding me like, woo, stuff can go wrong. Like, cause I was just like, woo, this is cool. But now actually sifting through, and I have so many offers. So I'm actually putting them all up, against each other. Like which one, like talk, doing my due diligence instead of just, thinking something is a great opportunity because they train you for a long time, but horrible training. If you want to keep, like, I've been having to do like so much, like just self-care after encountering like what I consider to be like a demon, somebody that was evil, lying, and bullying. Like for me, I just had to like calm down, like reevaluate everything, just stay calm, like say a prayer, like whoo. But again, he's a non-factor. He got mad, I never got mad. I was getting paid regardless. Every single day I saw him, I was getting paid. He was getting paid too. So he had no, he did what he thought was right, was to try to take an opportunity from me, but which was cool because if the opportunity was attached to him, I didn't want it. So it was like a win. I could have ran off and quit, but I got that free flight, I got all those free meals. I got all that. So like, ooh, blessing. Sometimes the devil can bless you. And that's what I learned at Loudon. So don't do it. Don't do it. Whatever you do, don't do it. It's not worth it. Don't do it.